You are alive.
In the quiet of the storm, where the heavy hearts are warm, a voice unheard, a soul reborn. Strong but silent, the weight they bear, breaking walls in the open air. Strong but silent, the truth is clear, let it out. We're always here.
Welcome in, everyone, to the Strong but Silent Men's Mental Health Show. I'm Alan. I'm your host tonight, along with you, Ryan. And
Smiley
tonight,
face on the Patterson Ab Fanatic show.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. You might have noticed him as well. He's been maybe could be a permanent part of that show. But tonight we're on the topic of friendships and why men struggle to maintain them. So we're just going to jump right into it, Ryan. So why do men have brothers but still kind of feel alone? And then
Ooh,
it's not even like, it's not saying like I have a brother, but I have
Yeah.
also have brothers. I'm sure,
Yeah.
and I'm sure with your background, you understand that is
Mhm. 100%. I honestly feel like so I have three brothers. Two of them I don't really even like talk to, and that's not their fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's just that they live so far away. But my little brother who lives in Jersey right now, like he's the one that I talk to the most because we live together. Like the separation. The other two were from my dad, and he went, all the way to Florida, and I didn't get to see him as much. So that's just the relationship building. But with my little brother Sean, like him and I, like we talk all the time, but we have a 10-year age gap. There's a difference in age. So like you're not gonna be as close when you have it a decade apart from each other because you don't relate on a lot of things, right?
Right.
So that brings me into like my military career. I didn't have the greatest childhood, so like when it came to family, like blood didn't really matter. When I joined the service, it was like my brothers and sisters in arms were like my extended family. So um, a lot of times it was the people that I chose rather than the people that I had in my corner already, or so to speak.
Right.
So,
Right. Okay. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Like, yeah, I mean, I have people, I have my brother, who's obviously my brother. And I love him to death. I can call him at any time of the day. Um, you know, but I also have only like a small group of people, maybe a handful of like literal people in my life that I would call brothers. Um,
Mhm.
and I think, you know, as much as I call them brothers and I would pick up for them right now, um, I couldn't tell you the last time that I made a phone call to one of them just to shoot the shit. Or,
Yeah,
what you're doing this weekend. Hey, like it's nice out. You want to go golfing. It's always been like, hey, can you give me a hand moving? Can you give me a hand with this? And they're
yeah,
always there to do it. But like, when's the last time I actually called somebody just to shoot the shit, man? Like,
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, dude. Life takes up so much of your time, and it's like, where do you find time to? And that's finding time for yourself too, man. That's super fucking important. Like, you gotta you gotta take that time to just decompress and relax. And the hardest thing in life is to find that time,
Yeah,
especially being a man. You're trying to provide for your family. You're trying to do all this stuff, and you have appointments on top of appointments, and you may have like different things going on in the house or outside of the house or at work. you know, it's hard to find time to just ground yourself and like just take a little bit of time for you, right? And
Yep.
yeah, I totally get that, dude. That that hits home because like I can't even not even on the fact of like calling friends that you think are brothers, bro. Like I can't remember the last time that I called my grandmother to just talk to her,
Right.
and that you know
Right.
what I
Yeah.
mean. Like she's really fucking important to me, but at the same time, like I'm so caught up in my own shit
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I'm
Life
not.
moves so fast. Like
Yeah, yeah, it
it's
does
the rat race. We're caught. Like we're stuck in this thing. Oh,
all the time, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, like taking that little bit of time, even if it's away from like a hobby that you do, to just connect with the people around you, that's fucking important, man. And you just opened my eyes to things like, man, I need I need to make some phone calls tomorrow
Right. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like I don't think we were ever taught this. Like nobody teaches us how to like be friends like as adults like when we get so
Yeah,
busy,
right,
right? Kids
right,
and life and jobs and everything, like it like our parents kind of made it look easy. Like all of a sudden,
right.
like they'd have a party on the weekend and all their friends would come over and like and whatever, and like you'd see your dad on the phone. Well, you didn't realize your dad was on the phone with the company that he had money to. He wasn't on the phone with his friend. You know what I mean? Like
Right, exactly. Yeah.
you didn't get that when we were younger. Seeing
Yeah,
what
it
was
was a lot
going
easier
on.
when you were in like grade school, high school, to just be like, yo, you want to go hang out? Because you
Yeah,
don't got shit going on. You don't
yeah,
have anything going on.
yeah,
And juggling work, juggling life, and juggling connections and relationships are like it that's like the trifecta of life as an
yeah,
adult. You know, you gotta but those connections and those friendships, they sometimes fall to the wayside because of everything that you're focusing on in the moment. Taking a step back, taking a deep breath, man,
yeah.
just trying to figure that, like, let the dust settle a little bit, man,
Right, right.
and talk. Here's something that like I preach to my soldiers all the time because I'm a squad leader in the military. Like I look out for my squad, but I also look out for my entire platoon. Like if there's anybody, I always say this to everybody outside of, once drill's over. Like if you're ever going through anything or need help with anything or even just want to talk, reach out, because I mean, the whole 22 a day thing
Yep.
and all that stuff. Like people go through shit, life happens, and I always tell people, like, I may be your NCO, I may be like somebody in leadership that you look to make decisions, but that doesn't mean that I'm not human, right? We all go through shit. We all go through that kind of stuff. Like, reach out to me and I'll give you like a no shit. We'll shoot the shit. We'll talk. It don't matter what the topic is. We'll talk.
Right.
And you know that's helped a lot of people. I've had like people come out under my command and like just be like, hey, Sarin, I just need to talk to you about this, that, and the third. And like I got a gambling addiction. I'm not going to name any names, but I got a gambling addiction and I got all this stuff going on. And I'm like, well, what are we doing? Or here, what's our plan, bro? Like, let's figure it out. And then we just talk about it, man. And
Yeah,
it changes their perspective. I hope that I made a difference and changed their perspective on life and their situation. So
yeah, yeah. Well,
that's
that's a
all you
great
can.
thing. That's a great thing you're doing as a squad leader.
Yeah.
I didn't serve. My brother did. My both my grandfathers served. So I appreciate you and everything that you guys do. It
Thanks.
cannot be. I know it's not easy, especially being a man, being in charge of other men. So
Yeah.
that kind of leads me into
Yeah.
the next question. Like, at what age do you think it started to become hard to actually make like friendships instead of like just like, yeah, I'm cool with my buddy Joe at work, and we
Yeah.
bullshit and we're friends at work, but like I don't even have his phone number. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Uh, I think intrinsically for men, it's really easy to get along with each other.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like you could see the same person on your walk every day, and the like third day in, you guys are dapping each other up. I think that's like it's extremely easy for you to get along, but for you to be a friend with somebody, like I've had the same 5 friends for the past 15 years of my life,
Okay.
right? And I haven't really had many new ones. You know what I mean? I've had people that I've gotten along with, and it brings back to your question. Like it is kind of I think it's difficult for people for men particularly to let other people in that kind of sense because like it's I don't know, it's like a trust thing. Like
Yeah.
I can get along with you, but I don't really like I'm gonna keep you at arm's length until I like really know that you're gonna be there for me or whatever, vice versa. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to my people in the military, like I die for them, of course. They're my family, but I don't really consider that part of this conversation because it's more so like that's implied
Right. Right.
in a lot of ways.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So this one's a little deeper, man. So do men avoid deep conversations, or were we never taught to actually have them? Like what we're doing right now. Like if I look at it, I don't think either one of my grandfathers or my father would sit down. And I mean they're all great men. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to slight them in any way, but I don't think the way they grew up, the way they raised us, I don't know if you know we were ever taught to have a a conversation about this subject just in general. Just I mean, not friends,
how you
just,
feel
just how you feel and
Yeah.
what you're going through. It was always just kind of like a just keep going.
Yeah, it was the suck it up mentality.
Yeah,
Yeah, like yeah. That's what we were always told. Like you're a man, be a man, right? And I can tell you right now, as a sergeant in the military, the toughest men will cry straight up.
Yep.
They will tell you how they feel, and they won't have any like. It's the ones that it's the ones that like keep everything bottled up and all that stuff. They're short fused and they're fragile, and
Yeah.
it's like you see that, man, and you try to bring that stuff out of them, and instead of trying to pull blood from a stone, like be the one that's open. You're more
Yeah.
grounded that way. Like I feel like honestly, when I got over that stuff because of therapy actually, and I went through like 2-3 years of therapy, and dude, that changed my outlook on everything. Like it really did. It was I advocate it 100%. Like at first, I didn't like therapy because I was forced into it as a child and all that stuff.
Right.
Therapy, I think, is honestly it's an extremely valuable tool. It can give you new perspectives. It can give you tools to handle your situations that you didn't have before. But it's all relationship dependent. Like if you have a good relationship with your therapist, that makes all the difference.
I'm
Like
sure.
you just gotta find that right one. I honestly I feel like it's like finding a relationship with a partner, right? Like
Okay.
you have a therapist that you don't mesh with or that doesn't like kind of understand you or see eye to eye with you, it's not going to be beneficial for you. So if you find that right one, man,
Yep.
it makes all the difference. But anyway, like I really like just started opening up about how I felt about things, and like it was okay to you're still a man if you have these emotions, man.
Right.
Like I feel like it's looked at, that old school mentality of like be a man, suck it up, move on. That's not going to help you down the road. And
Yeah. I always like to say, yeah, I always like to say it's okay to not be okay. You just gotta, you just can't be comfortable with not being okay. Like you have to somehow figure yourself out and figure out your emotions, and so that you can deal with being not okay, but still moving forward.
Yes.
You know, you don't ever want to get complacent and just because then, you know, I don't know, you know, I suffer from depression. So like getting complacent and lazy, is kind of a mechanism built into my brain. It wants me to just stop. Like
You're feeding the
something-
beast.
Yeah, something just happened. Like my car broke down the other week, right? Car broke down. That's a perfect time for like that trigger to hit. Instead of letting the trigger hit, I had my son help me push the goddamn car into the garage, and I ripped it apart
Mhm.
and I replaced the starter, and that wasn't it. Then I had to go digging, and you know, yeah, it was frustrating. Okay, that little demon on my shoulder was still sitting there, like
Yeah.
waiting, just like, go ahead, give up, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm waiting
Right.
for
Right.
you.
Right.
I'm waiting for you. You
It
know,
wants you to feed the beast, man. It wants you to. It wants you to keep like those bad habits when you start getting down, and you. It wants you to go out. It wants you out, right? But you could be down. Just don't let yourself go out, man, because then, like you said, ripping your car apart. How fucking how great did you feel after you fixed it?
It was. I felt amazing. I felt,
Right,
dude.
exactly.
I was like, this is freaking amazing. Like,
Stayed in bed all day and waited on something to happen. Nothing was going to happen. You were just going to feel worse, right?
yep.
So yeah, that's fucking
Nothing was
great.
going to fix
I love that.
anything. Nothing was going to get done. You know,
Yeah.
you can't. You know. So as I've gotten older, and I've also seen the therapist. I'm on medication for my depression and anxiety. For me, it works. You know, it's not for everyone. I'm not, you
Yeah.
know, advocating it for everyone. But you know, it has made a difference in my life. I don't know if it's psychological, you know, just because, you know, oh, you take the medicine, or if the medicine actually works. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But I like
As
the
long
way,
as you're feeling good, then you're good.
you know, I like the way that I am when I'm taking it, and when I'm
Mhm.
not, I'm a very I get a little dark, you know, that
Yeah,
depression sets
because it
in.
messes with your hormones.
Yeah.
That's really what depression, like antidepressants, are. It's a hormonal type of medication. It messes with all those receptors in your brain. So when you're not taking that stuff, you feel like a completely different person. And I've
Yeah.
heard that from so many people. Like if they don't take their meds, they're off for like the entire day.
Yeah.
Whereas if they're on it, they're like, oh yeah, I'm on fucking cloud nine. And I don't know if it's like they get into this routine or this habit of where they're like their brain has to have that. Like when I'm at work, right? And I'm not comparing the medication to this, but it's kind of like an example to me, like how I kind of understand what goes on with them. Like when I'm at work, I'll throw a nicotine pouch in. And if I don't have that nicotine pouch in, I feel like I'm not like operating at the efficiency that I am, even though I know that's bullshit.
Right.
I know complete bullshit.
Yep.
If I have that in, I'm like I'm rolling.
Yep.
But if if
It's
I
just
don't,
that mental.
it's weird. It's weird. I don't get it.
Oh man! All right, man. Well, we're running short, but this is great, dude. I'm having a blast with this.
Yeah.
So, geez, oh man. All right. Okay. Here's the next question for you, man. Do we, as men, realize when a friendship is fading?
Yeah. I think. I mean, I think it's pretty easy to kind of see it. Like you kind of have limited interaction with the person, and like when you do reach out, it's like, hey, how are you? And then, oh yeah, we're good. Blah blah blah. Done. And like the you won't hear from them for like another month or whatever. And I
Right.
feel like when I talk to my buddies that I've had for years, I could not talk to them for months
Right.
years even. There was a point in time when I didn't talk to my buddy Sean Ward for years because he was out in Oregon. His cell phone reception was horrible. He was getting his life kind of put together. And I didn't talk to him for years. And the second that we got on the phone with each other, it was like picking up like we never left.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's like that goes into those deep friendships that you forge over the years, and it's like the new ones, they don't tend to last as much just because, and it could be any other factors, but yeah, it's I think honestly you can tell.
Yeah, the interaction, the response to everything, either on your part or their part, it, slowly diminishes, unfortunately. But yeah, to your point, calling your buddy, like my buddy this summer, hadn't seen him in a few years. I put up on Facebook, hey, I got like 4 air conditioners. I don't need them. I have central air. Like someone come and take them. He came. He lives in an old farmhouse, so he came and grabbed them. And dude, we picked up like we were still in high school.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. I met his kids. He met my kids for the first time. It was great. You know what? But I haven't called him since. I haven't talked to him since. Right? Like, and that goes on me. That goes on him. It's just like it's again, so that our original topic, friendships and why they're hard as men to maintain. But it's just a crazy topic, man. Let me hit you.
Yeah.
Let me hit you with one more. Oh man, what are we gonna do? Why do men prioritize work and family, but tend to neglect the friendship? Even if the friendship, it is important to you, but you still kind of.
Well, I think honestly, I think it's I'm just gonna go off of my mentality. It's family's always first. 100% always family's going to be first. My wife is going to come before everything else because she's in my circle. She's in my kingdom, right? You're the king of your own castle, right? And you got to maintain that castle. So everything that you do is going to be for your family, for your wife and your kids and everything like that. And then you can foster relationships when you have all that stuff taken care of and you know that that's going to be okay. And I think that's the mentality of any man out there that's worth his weight in gold is going to be, I got to take care of my family first and foremost, and I got to make sure that I can provide and put food on the table and make sure that they're all stable and set. Then I can relax. I feel like that's it kind of plays into an anxiety factor because I got to make sure that everything's good before I can go and take care of anything that I'm going to have fun doing or take care of myself.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No. That totally makes sense, man. The provider role as a man, that's what we do. That's what we've been taught to do. I'm 44. That's what we were taught to do. You are to provide, show what it is to be a man, whether it's strong or it's silent, or both.
I like that. I like what you did there.
So life has definitely, it comes at us fast, and it makes it hard as men. Like you said, to just find what we feel is the free time to be able to take maybe 20, 30 minutes and call somebody. You know what I mean? And bullshit with them for that amount of time and not feeling pressured or rushed. And
I got a question for you actually. Yeah. Like when you're all done doing what you do you think exhaustion plays a factor in that kind of stuff too? Like when you get home from work, are you just too tired to do anything and you're kind of procrastinating doing any, like your social batteries drain?
Um, there are definite, definite days and times where yes, where I'll walk in the door and it's hey babe, how are you? I'm good. Hugs and kisses to the wife, yell at the boys, talk to the boys, all that stuff, and it's like, all right, I need to take 15 minutes, and I just need to just vanish. Like, I don't need to do anything. I just need to, like, all right, I'm just going to go wash up, maybe change, all that kind of stuff. Take that brief moment, and just that 10, 15 minutes just to get cleaned up and whatever, and then come back down. Has made a huge difference for me. But yeah, you're definitely exhausted. Yeah, you've been at work for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours. Who knows what shift you just pulled? And I think that definitely can play into a role of what we're talking about here.
You're sitting at home. Like I swear, once I get home, I'll hit the doom scroll for a little bit, and it's just like you just get sucked into that, and then you waste so much time. I think social media sucks, but it's great at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like I'll sit there on Instagram Reels or TikTok or something like that, and I'll just doom scroll forever. Waste so much time when I could be. I mean, it just feeds that dopamine for the while, for the little time that you have it. But man, like you could certainly use that for some connection time or just reaching out to people. But at the same time, like what I was trying to get at is that exhaustion factor. Like you're just trying to recharge your own social battery. I feel like a lot of the time, when I come home, for sure, I don't want to do anything. I just want to crash. Like, I'm done. So, and then a lot of the times, for people, it's always like you rinse and repeat. So like you're in this rut, going to work, coming home, going to work, going home, and it's so hard to just keep those connections going during those times. But I honestly think if the connection with your friend matters enough to both parties, I feel like it won't matter. Hey, you want to go axe throwing this weekend? Hey, you want to go grab a couple beers this weekend? You know what I mean? And just pick up where you left off. I honestly think that if the friendship is worth a damn, it'll work out.
No, I totally agree with that. Don't have many. I like I said, I have a bunch. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot. I have a lot of friends. I probably have 5 to maybe 10 that I would like call like friends. Close friends. And I got to do better. On my end. To reach out and do the things. I have friends that reach out to me, and I talk to them because they reach out, right? My buddy Brian, if you're listening, I know you called me a dickhead. You said you're the only one who cares about our relationship. So fuck you. I'm calling you out right now. I love you, buddy. But he's right. He's right. It's a two-way street. You gotta you gotta reach out to your friends as well, and not wait for them to reach out to you, even if you just need to just vent and like, what's going on with you? And hear what's going on with them. You know what I mean? And that's all you needed. And now you can just roll into some shit that you just need to just talk about. It couldn't even be anything major. It could just be whatever, dude. I just needed to talk to somebody about this.
Yeah. I mean, I just got off of FaceTime with my buddies before the pod, and
that's awesome.
Dude, this is every day. Like my wife kind of gets annoyed with it, but like we're always in touch with each other, man. It's kind of like a mutual therapy where we all just kind of like vent our shit, like, and we're hanging out pretty much because we all live, state to state. My buddies, Preston and Sean, they're in Oklahoma. My buddy Adrian's out in Vegas. So we're spread out, but technology's awesome, man. We can always just hop on the FaceTime, hop on the Xbox, do whatever. So we're always in contact with each other, man. And it's honestly, thank God for iPhones, because that is a beautiful thing. Because we'll be like, yo, dude, check this out. Flip the camera, and then you get to see whatever the hell I'm seeing, which is pretty sick. You know, you
Yeah.
can do that at any time.
Yeah, that is
Awesome.
pretty darn neat, man. So I think that might do it here for us, Brian. I really
Yeah.
appreciate the time, dude. I think we delved into a lot of issues, man. I'm loving the FaceTime, talking with your buddies. Like I said, I got to reach out more. My buddy called me out on it. I got to do better.
Yeah.
And then, we're all a work in progress, right?
100%.
So, as always, I like to say, it's okay to not be okay. I'd rather hear your story than attend your funeral. So please reach out to myself or anyone on the show. Cole County Entertainment. We're easy to find. We would love to have anyone on the show. If you would like to be on, Ryan, I appreciate you for joining us tonight on the Strong but Silent Men's Mental Health Show. I think that's going to do it for us, guys. Let's see if I can. Go ahead, Ryan.
I'll close out with something that I've seen, and I really like this quote. Don't let the hard days win.
Love that. I love that. Absolutely. Well, for myself and Ryan and all of Cole County Entertainment, this is the Strong but Silent Men's Mental Health Show, and we will see you next week.